You see your cat across the room, staring at you. Those big, beautiful, luminous eyes locked directly onto yours. The house is quiet. It's just the two of you. And in that moment, a wave of pure affection washes over you. You do what feels natural, what feels right. You hold that gaze. You stare back. Maybe you offer a soft, slow smile, pouring all the love you feel for this creature into your eyes. You believe you are sharing a profound, silent moment of connection, a secret language between you and your feline soulmate. In reality, you've just declared war. In the silent, ancient language of cats, what you just offered wasn't love. It was a threat, a direct, unnerving challenge. And your cat, who trusts you more than any other being in its world, is now forced into a state of high alert, trying to decipher why its giant, warm, food-providing human has suddenly become a dangerous, unpredictable rival. The subtle tension you might feel in the room afterward, the way the cat suddenly looks away or starts grooming itself excessively, that isn't a coincidence. It's the fallout from a conversation you didn't even know you were having. And the guilt you might feel right now, thinking back on all the times you've done this, is completely understandable. It came from a place of love. But love, without understanding, can be misinterpreted. By the end of this video, you will know the one daily habit that tells your cat you are family, not a threat. But first, you need to understand the predator-prey gaze dynamic, because without it, your cat will never fully trust you, and you will keep missing the desperate signals they send you every single day. That constant stare you've been interpreting as adoration is actually a question, a deeply serious one. And every single day, you have been giving the wrong answer. Think about it. When your cat is on your lap, purring, and you look down into its eyes, it will often look away or begin to knead, or even close its eyes completely. You probably thought that was just a sign of contentment. It is, but it is also a sign of de-escalation. The cat is actively telling you, in its own language, I am not a threat to you. We are at peace. It is diffusing the tension that your direct, primate-style gaze created. When your cat stares at you from across the room, you might think it's a sign of deep affection or that they are simply plotting something mischievous. The truth is much simpler and far more critical to your relationship. They are asking a question. The question is, quote 1. In the wild, a prolonged, unbroken stare between two felines is the final, silent negotiation before a fight breaks out. It is a sizing up of the opponent. It is a display of dominance and intent. There is nothing loving about it. It is pure, instinctual survival calculus. Your cat is not a small, furry human. It is a finely tuned, solitary predator living in a world that you have built. Its brain is still wired for the plains of Africa, for the hunt, for the constant vigilance required to be both a hunter and the hunted. Every single interaction you have is filtered through this ancient, powerful lens. The way you walk, the tone of your voice, and most importantly, the way you use your eyes, are all being constantly analyzed for signs of safety or danger. When you, the most powerful and important creature in its territory, lock eyes and refuse to look away, you are unknowingly triggering a deep-seated, primal anxiety. You are speaking the language of conflict. The good news is, you can learn to speak the language of trust instead. It's quieter. It's softer. And it begins by understanding what to do when those beautiful eyes next lock onto yours. The answer is not to stare back with love. The answer is to prove you are not a threat. And how you do that will change the foundation of your relationship forever. That sinking feeling in your chest right now, that twist of guilt as you remember every time you've locked eyes with your cat thinking it was a sign of love, let it go. You are not a bad owner. You are a human owner, and you are not alone in this. An estimated 99% of cat owners make this exact same mistake every single day. We are primates. For millions of years, our survival has depended on the tribe, on social cohesion. We are hardwired to believe that direct, sustained eye contact is a sign of trust, of honesty, of connection. We look our loved ones in the eye to show them we are present, that we are listening. We do it with our partners, our children, and our friends. It is so deeply ingrained in our DNA that we don't even think about it. We just do it. But your cat is not a primate. It is a solitary hunter, a creature whose ancestors survived by being both predator and prey. For them, a direct, unblinking stare from another creature has only ever meant one of two things. I am about to attack you, or I am challenging your right to be here. When your cat sees your large, unblinking eyes fixed on them, their ancient brain, the part that has kept their species alive for millennia, doesn't register affection. It registers a threat. But here is the beautiful part. You have not been doing everything wrong. In fact, you have probably been getting something profoundly right without even realizing it. This is where the science becomes so validating. Groundbreaking research from the University of Sussex finally gave us the evidence for what quiet observers of cats have known for centuries. They scientifically proved the power of what they call the slow blink. It is a deliberate, soft, and exaggerated closing of the eyes, held for a moment and then slowly opened. In the silent, nuanced world of feline communication, this is not just a passive gesture, it is an active signal. It is the equivalent of a verbal message that says, "I am relaxed in your presence. I trust you enough to close my eyes. I am not a threat." It is the secret handshake you were never taught, the one that completely de-escalates a cat's anxiety and opens the door to genuine connection. This simple, quiet action breaks the predator stare and replaces it with a message of peace. Think about another instinct you have, the one to use that high-pitched, gentle baby talk voice with your cat. It might feel silly, but it actually works for a very specific scientific reason. That tone and pitch closely mimic the specific meows and chirps a mother cat uses with her kittens. It is a sound that is biologically coded into their brains to mean safety, comfort, and care. So while your eyes might have been accidentally sending a signal of challenge, your voice was sending a signal of profound reassurance. Your cat has been living with these contradictory signals, trying to piece together the truth of your intentions. They sense your love through your touch and your tone, but they are confused by the unintentional threat in your gaze. Remember the one daily habit I mentioned at the beginning? The one that will finally tell your cat in their own language that you are family, not a foe? We are almost there, but you need to understand this fundamental mechanism first, the predator gaze versus the slow blink. Otherwise, the habit I am about to teach you will just be an empty movement. Your cat will see the action, but it won't feel the intention behind it, and you will keep missing the deep trust they are trying to offer you. Your cat sees you as this giant, often loud and fundamentally unpredictable creature who holds the key to their entire world, their food, their warmth, their safety. Their attempts to communicate with you are not random. They are incredibly deliberate, subtle, and profound. Understanding the science behind this stare is the first step. It absolves you of the guilt and replaces it with knowledge. Now, with that knowledge, we can begin to shift our perspective. We can stop thinking about what we are trying to say and start truly feeling what they are trying to tell us. For just a moment, I want you to leave your human world behind. Shrink down. Become smaller, closer to the ground. The world is no longer a collection of furniture and doorways. It is a landscape of towering legs, sudden shadows, and Everest-like sofas. The air is thick with information you can smell. The subtle shift in the barometer before a storm. the ghost of the mail carrier who walked past the door an hour ago. Your hearing is so precise you can track a spider walking on the ceiling. This is the world your cat inhabits every single second. In this world, you are not just their owner. You are a benevolent giant, a walking, talking source of warmth, food, and security. You are the most important and most unpredictable feature of their entire universe. Now, imagine you are resting. Curled in a perfect patch of afternoon sun, your body is a loose, warm coil of contentment. You are safe. You are at peace. And then, you feel it. A change in the atmosphere. The giant has stopped moving. You open your eyes, and there it is. The creature that is 100 times your size, the being who holds your entire world in its hands, has frozen solid. Its body is still, and its massive, forward-facing predator eyes are locked directly onto you. There is no sound. There is no movement. There is only that direct, unblinking, silent pressure. Your heart does not have time to ask permission. It hammers against your ribs. A jolt of pure, instinctual adrenaline floods your system. Every nerve ending, every whisker, every fiber of your being screams a single, ancient word. Threat. This is the stare that comes before the pounce. This is the gaze of a rival assessing a territory. In the silent, unbreakable laws of the feline world, this is a declaration of war. But this is coming from your warm giant, your source of safety. The confusion is a physical pain. It is a terrifying contradiction that your mind cannot solve. This creature feeds me. It grooms me. It provides the softest places to sleep. But right now, it is speaking the language of violence. The cat is not angry with you. It doesn't think you are a bad person.
It is deeply, profoundly confused and a little bit terrified. It's trying to read a signal you don't even know you're sending, and its life might depend on getting the translation right. Remember the one daily habit I promised you at the beginning? The secret that tells your cat you are family, not a foe? We are almost there. But you needed to feel this moment first. You needed to sit inside their confusion. Otherwise, the solution I am about to give you will just be a trick you perform, not a language you truly speak. Without this empathy, you will miss the subtle reply your cat gives you, and the conversation will be lost. If this shift in perspective is starting to make sense, if you can feel that small click of true understanding, then make sure you are subscribed. This is not about helping a channel. It is about helping the cats. Every single owner who learns to speak this language makes the world a little safer, a little kinder,
and a little less confusing for the animal they love.
It creates a network of understanding. And in our next guide, we will decode one of the most powerful signs of vulnerability and trust that you are probably misinterpreting every single day. Why your cat follows you into the bathroom. Now, a question for you. Does your cat ever stare at you from across the room, but the moment you stand up and start to walk towards them, they bolt and run away? Drop it in the comments right now. Just a simple __quote_2__ if this happens. Because what that hot and cold behavior actually means is going to surprise you. It is a beautiful, misunderstood signal of respect. I read every single one. You have now felt the confusion. You have sat inside their world. Now it is time to learn the words. Let's begin the translation. Let us now translate the silent language of the stare. We will decode the 4 most common and most misunderstood gazes your cat gives you every single day. This is where you go from being an owner to being a confidant. First, the behavior that causes so much confusion. The long, unblinking stare. You are sitting on your sofa, reading a book,
and you feel it, the weight of their gaze. You look up, and your cat is across the room, frozen, with its eyes locked directly onto yours. Your human instinct is to smile and stare back, to share the connection. But you have just accepted a challenge. In feline language, this direct, sustained eye contact is not a sign of love. It is a moment of intense information gathering and a potential prelude to conflict. The cat is assessing you. Are you a threat? Are you predictable? Are you about to move? It is a question, not an embrace. The correct owner response is not to stare back harder or to approach them. The correct response is to be the first to break the gaze. Slowly, calmly, turn your head and look to the side. This is a gesture of polite disengagement. You are saying in their language, I see you, I acknowledge you, and I am not a threat to your territory or your safety. You are not being submissive, you are being polite. You are being safe. Second, we escalate the nuance. The behavior. Your cat stares at you and then very deliberately looks away. Perhaps they even turn their head slightly. To us, this can feel like a dismissal. It feels like they were looking at you, got bored, and looked away. The truth is the complete opposite. This is a profound signal of respect and burgeoning trust. By meeting your gaze and then being the one to look away, the cat is actively making itself vulnerable to you. It is signaling that it trusts you enough not to attack in that split second of inattention. It is an acknowledgement of your status as a calm, non-threatening presence in the room. The owner response here is one of beautiful subtlety. Do nothing. Do not rush over to pet them. Do not call their name loudly. You would be interrupting a delicate social signal. Simply acknowledge it with a soft, quiet word of their name, or even just a quiet breath. You are letting them know you received their message of peace, and you are honoring it with your own calm. Third, the behavior that unnerves so many owners. Staring intently at a seemingly empty wall or a corner of the ceiling. The house is silent. Nothing is there, and yet your cat is completely transfixed, its body tense, its eyes wide. Your mind immediately jumps to the supernatural. Or you worry that something is neurologically wrong. You feel a chill run down your spine. The reality is far more incredible. Your cat is experiencing a world that is completely invisible to you. Their hearing is so sensitive it can detect the ultrasonic squeaks of a mouse inside the walls. Their eyes, equipped with a biological mirror called the tapetum lucidum, are designed to detect the most minute movements in near total darkness. They are not seeing a ghost. They are tracking the shadow of a tiny spider, following a dust mote floating in a sunbeam you cannot see, or listening to the pressure change in the water pipes. They are simply using their superior predatory senses. The owner response is crucial here. Stay calm. Your panic will signal to them that there is a genuine threat, which will only heighten their anxiety. Instead, validate their focus and then gently redirect it. Say, "What do you see?" in a calm voice. And then toss a crinkle ball or wiggle a feather wand. This allows them to complete that predatory sequence on an appropriate target, satisfying the instinct that was just triggered. And now for the fourth and most profoundly misunderstood behavior of all. The one that feels like rejection, but is in fact the highest form of feline love. The behavior. Your cat looks directly at you, and then pointedly, deliberately, turns its back to you. It feels like a snub. It feels like the ultimate cold shoulder. You came seeking connection, and they have turned away. The emotional truth is so powerful, it might change how you see your cat forever. This is the single greatest compliment a cat can possibly give a human. It is a sign of absolute, unconditional trust. A cat's back and neck are its most vulnerable areas. By willingly exposing them to you, your cat is saying, "I am so certain that you will not harm me, that you are my protector, that I will place my very survival in your hands." They are including you in their innermost circle of safety. The proper owner response is the hardest one to master. Do not touch them. Do not speak. Your quiet, non-threatening presence is the ultimate reward for this profound gesture of faith. Simply sit with them in that shared silence and understand that you are not being ignored. You are being worshipped. And now, with this new understanding of their language, we can finally reveal the one habit I promised you at the beginning. The simplest thing you can do every single day to cement this bond of trust forever. The habit is called the morning gaze ritual. It is the single most powerful, yet simplest act of communication you can perform with your cat, and it will change the entire dynamic of your relationship, starting from the very first moments of each day. Think about your morning. The alarm goes off. You move, you stretch, you make noise. From your cat's perspective, a sleeping giant has suddenly come to life. There is uncertainty. There is a low-grade tension as they assess your mood and your intentions. Your first interaction sets the tone for the entire day. The old way was to meet their gaze with a wide-eyed stare, maybe call their name loudly, or immediately approach them for a cuddle. You were acting like a primate, using directness to show affection. But you were speaking the wrong language. Here is the new way. The very first time you see your cat in the morning, whether they are on your bed or across the room, you will catch their eye. The moment you have their attention, you will perform an exaggeratedly slow blink. Close your eyes fully, not in a flutter, but with a deliberate, gentle motion. Keep them closed for a full 2 seconds. Feel the darkness. Feel the calm. Then, open them just as slowly. That is it. That is the entire ritual. You do not need to speak. You do not need to move towards them. You have just initiated a conversation in their native tongue, and what you said was profound. The psychological mechanism at play is the scientifically proven quote 3. This is not just a cute quirk. It is a fundamental pillar of feline nonverbal communication. In the wild, a direct, unbroken stare is a threat. It is a prelude to a fight or a hunt. Closing your eyes, even for a moment, is an act of supreme vulnerability. By deliberately closing your eyes in their presence, you are making a powerful statement. You are calmly and clearly saying, quote 4. You are starting their day not with a challenge, but with a message of absolute peace and security. You are telling them that they are safe with you and that you understand their world. By making this your first interaction every single day, you are not just coexisting with your cat. You are communicating. You are actively dismantling the predator-prey anxiety that is hardwired into their DNA. You are replacing it, moment by moment, with a foundation of earned trust. You will begin to notice the change. They may offer a slow blink back to you. They may approach you more softly. The frantic morning meows for food might be replaced by a quiet, confident presence. You have moved beyond being the giant, unpredictable creature who provides food and have become something more. You have become a known source of safety. You have become family. You've just joined the very small percentage of owners who have learned to listen. You are no longer guessing, no longer making innocent mistakes that cause your cat quiet confusion or fear. You are a translator. You are a diplomat between the world of humans and the silent, subtle world of cats. You are a guardian of their peace. You are the owner your cat has always deserved. You have cracked the code that has been right in front of you all along. And the bond you build from this moment forward will be deeper and more authentic than you ever thought possible. You are no longer just loved by your cat. You are understood. What does your cat do that you always misunderstood until now? Your bond is not an accident, it's a language. Keep listening.